Hey there, I'm Bree, and I go by Tip of the Moon, and I'm an energy healer and Reiki practitioner. I've created a small session for you today. It's mostly going to focus on energy plucking and pulling and just sort of removing things that are unwanted. I'm just going to use a few crystals and I'll talk about them as I go. But if you can, just staying with your breath and in your body throughout the session and noticing any sensations that might come up. Awesome, let's start. So I have a selenite wand to start, and I'm just going to do some pulling of your energy and then using this as sort of a knife or a blade or something to sever that connection between the energy that I'm pulling out and you. And we're just trying to let go or release and use this space symbolically to let things go. Just kind of making sure things are loose on your end. And then pulling a little bit more. And throughout the session, you can be conscious of what you're releasing, or you can just relax and allow your unconscious, your subconscious mind to do the work. Let your body do the work. Let the Reiki do the work. So you don't always have to be thinking of and holding something in your mind that you're releasing. You can also just relax and close your eyes and let Reiki do all the work. And I'm recording this session during the day, so you can hear birds and traffic, and that's kind of intentional. I wanted this to have that feeling of taking a nap in the afternoon, just resetting and releasing, and how just 10 minutes can feel so restorative to our body. And like giving ourselves permission that while the world is still busy in the afternoon, that you can still take a minute for yourself. I'm going to do some double plucking for a moment and pulling. Some pulling, kind of some bigger things. Hopefully finding some deeper bits of energy that you're hoping to release. Maybe some anger, resentment, fear. All of those things usually sit at this much deeper level where we don't know that they're there until we bump into something. Just sort of releasing and allowing ourselves to find new ways of being. That we don't have to rely on that deep anger, because sometimes it gives us power. Resentment and anger and fear. They give us a jolt of energy. They usually prompt us to set boundaries really quickly, maybe boundaries we didn't mean to set. So kind of pulling on some of those deeper concepts. Very gently, I'm not looking to pull the rug out from you. Doing a little bit of scooping. My rings all clink together. Very good. I'm filming this in the middle of a heat wave for most of the world. And it's funny as we think about winter as a time of rest, but really there are these pockets in summer where we are just forced but really there are pockets in the summer when we are just forced to lay low, to draw the curtains, to hydrate our bodies. So today's one of those days where all the curtains in my house are drawn and it's loose dresses, soft clothes, afternoon naps. Much about doing this work is about realizing when you're being told to rest and restore yourself, and to pay attention to those clues and use them. We can't always be healing or can't always be manifesting, finding those pockets to restore. Just a little bit more plucking. Very good. So I'm going to use one more stone before we go. This is Kambaba jasper, which I've used before, sometimes called crocodile jasper. Very earthy. So we're just kind of calling in that cool, it is cool, it feels cold right now, but that just nice restorative energy of the earth, that we pay attention to cycles, we move through cycles, and how restorative that can be. So letting go of anything that holds us back from that, those ideas that we constantly have to be in motion. And instead we can take some time to be reflective of ourselves and our energy and make conscious choices about it. Scooping a little bit too with these. A little bit more scoop. It's also really windy here today, and my wind chimes are kind of going nuts. Perhaps the winds of change. Much better, I think. Just a quick session to kind of restore what we could, and hopefully fits into your busy schedule to just take a moment to rest. I want to thank everyone so much for joining me, especially my patrons and everybody that's thrown a little support in my tip jar. I appreciate you all so much. Here are the ways to support my channel if you enjoy my work, and I will see you in the next one.